Stone. You're watching PHTV4 Spotlight. Today's Spotlight is on the softball program at Chicago Christian High School in Palos Heights. With me today, we're very fortunate. On my left, I have head coach Kevin Pittman, and on my right, Lizzie, who you're a senior, right?
Yes.
All right. We want to talk to Lizzie and how the season is going for her, which is kind of a loaded question because it's off the charts good. But before we get to that, Coach Pittman, can you give us your background? You've been coaching here for a while, and I know you've had a boatload of success, but can you talk about your background a little bit?
Sure. I've been coaching here for almost 30 years, 28 years on the basketball side of things and 12 years on the softball side of things. So, yeah, it's been an enjoyable ride.
Let's say that you've got some longevity in this career. So 12 years, congratulations on the 12 years as a head coach for softball. I know you've hit some milestones, so I'm going to have to kind of throw them out there because your humility is wonderful, but 175 plus wins, career wins in softball so far, and then the last 2 years, back-to-back conference champs. Am I getting the stats right on that?
You are getting them correct, yes.
I'm going to guess that in addition to your wonderful coaching, it's probably got something to do with people like Lizzie on the...
Yeah, just a smidge. Yeah, that's an understatement.
All right, so then, Lizzie, I'm going to put you on the spot. You can tell us your stats, or I can tell them because I've got some of them here, but you're a senior on the team. What position do you play?
I play shortstop, and this year I decided to pitch for us a little bit.
Wow. So you can play the infield, but you're on the mound as well. And how about, by chance, do you know what your batting average, Coach, do you know what her batting average is right now?
Sure do. It is 869.
869, which is off the charts. If you're a baseball fan, you know that number is just, phenomenal. You've been two-time conference MVP, is that correct?
Yes.
All-state last year. Yes. Are you getting embarrassed now? No, when you're having that kind of success, enjoy it because that's really amazing. And obviously, her ability as an athlete and as a person, a competitor on the field is a big part. I know you guys are you've had a nice win streak going. Can you talk about that a little bit, how that's going?
Sure. Early in the season, we were in some real slugfest, and we came on the losing end of those. But we were putting up a lot of runs, and then we went through a little stretch where the bats kind of went cold, and now the bats have kind of picked up again. And when the bats have picked up, our pitching has picked up again, and Liz mentioned that she's pitching for us. That is out of necessity. I don't like when Lizzie pitches because then then I have to scramble and put people in other positions where we're not as quite as strong. But, having her step up to do that, if she would have stuck with pitching from when she was taking lessons as a younger player, I have no doubt she could go to college and pitch at the collegiate level. She's that talented.
It's nice to have somebody who brings that much to the table, right? I mean, there's so many things that she can do that, whether it's pitching or the bat, that can cause trouble for an opponent. Lizzie, can you talk about, so we've talked about you, but how about you? How do you feel about how the year has gone so far for yourself and the team?
Oh, I think it's so much fun. It's such a great blessing to be with this team. It's so much fun, and coming out with the wins is even more fun when we're all hyped up in the dugout.
It's nice to be able to, like you're saying, that energy to be hyped, and the wins obviously make it a lot more fun. And I know you're headed into the end part of your season here pretty soon. Coach, what does it look like heading into the end and then tournament play after that?
Well, the first thing we always set our sights on is conference play. And we went to Elmwood earlier in the year, and they took it to us pretty good. We didn't play a very good game and lost to them 13-1, so then they were at the top of our conference. And we just played them the other day, and we beat them 6-4. And that's the game that Lizzie had the walk-off two-run homer in the bottom of the 10th inning. She also got the save in that game. I think she ended up pitching 4 innings in that one of scoreless ball to hold them at the 4 runs. So, so we put ourselves in position, once again, challenge for a conference title, which is always goal number 1. Goal number 2 is always to win a regional title. It's not out yet where the regional and how that whole thing will shake up, or shake down, I should say. But, we always try to be playing our best softball at regional time, and I think we've built up to that now. There's been some struggles along the way. But I think as a whole, we've started to pitch better as a team, hit better as a team, and defend better as a team. And if you can catch it, hit it, and throw it, Those are three pretty important things.
Especially this time of year, heading into the end part. And when you talk about fun and winning, I'm assuming that's one of those games. It sounds like an amazing game, especially a 10 inning, and to hit the walk-off. That's congratulations on that. Turn away from softball for just a second. Favorite subject in school?
Ooh, probably math. I love math.
Math. All right. And then you're a senior, so well, let me ask this first. Other sports, clubs, or activities at Chicago Christian?
I played volleyball my freshman year, but that was about it. I stuck to softball and travel softball.
It sounds like it paid off for you. It sounds like that might have been a good decision, even though you'd probably rather do some other sports around here. Obviously, it's paid off big time for you. I see you're wearing the sweatshirt. Plans after high school, where are you headed?
I'm headed to Loyola University of Chicago to play softball there.
Congratulations. Any ideas on what you might study or major?
I want to major in pediatric nursing.
All right. Good luck and good luck. Softball and the pediatric nursing. That's great. Final question for both of you then. A person of inspiration for you. You know, I'm thinking as an athlete, as a coach, you know, there are times when you need to draw on something from somebody, whether it's the challenge that you can celebrate with, but also moments where you need something to get you going or help get the team going. Coach, who would that be for you?
That's a good question, and I've answered this before to you with coaches that have come before me at the basketball level. At the softball level, this is again something that I do with my daughter, so her and I have coached together here for the 12 years since I've been here. I shouldn't say that because I actually coached her here, and then she started coaching with me, and it's something that we talk about all the time when we're not together. We talk about softball stuff, and my son and I talk about basketball stuff from here. So I think it's really a family thing with us, and I would say that's probably my inspiration with this, is that it is a family thing, and I look to them for that spark and that fire, because they're a bit younger than I am,
Yeah.
and so sometimes I need that youthful enthusiasm to remind me just how special this is.
I say, you know, as I'm listening to you talk, thinking about, you know, especially family, to have it that close where you can talk to them, but also I'm sure they've shared insights with you, like maybe you didn't quite see it that way or you didn't think of it that way, and yet they bring that other perspective, and maybe they're not as young, not as old or experienced, but they bring a perspective that helps get you going again or help you see it in a way to move forward. You know?
100%. And, you know, when we have those conversations, we're brutally honest with each other. You know, if we disagree, if I disagree with them or they disagree with me, but, you know, I don't want necessarily a yes person in the dugout or on the bench with me. I want somebody to give me that different perspective. So.
All right, well, shout out to Coach Pittman's family there. All right, good one. Thanks, Coach. Lizzie, how about you? A person of inspiration for you?
I'd have to say my dad, because he started with me since I was 5, swinging my first softball bat and t-ball, and he's just brought joy to me and my sport that I love that I didn't think I would love at first, because I loved volleyball at first, and now I've fallen in love with this sport. He's the one who drives my competitiveness. Even if we're watching a game of baseball on TV, we'll be competitive and be like, I told you so, on who won. So definitely my dad.
All right, a shout out to Lizzie's dad. I'm sure you as a father, you have that image of a little 5-year-old Lizzie and her dad, you know, doing the sport thing.
I'm thankful for Dad.
All right, well, Lizzie, thank you very much. Coach Pittman, thank you. Wish you the best at Loyola, but finish out this year, too. Have fun and make a good run here. All
Thanks,
right?
Dave. Appreciate it.
I'm Dave Wurzone. You've been watching Spotlight. Today's Spotlight has been on the Chicago Christian softball program. Thank you for watching.